Hi everyone. So as I said when I announced my new sustainability series, this month I wanted to work on cooking some things from scratch, trying some new recipes, things that aren't like pre-packaged, they haven't got loads of food miles and stuff. So I want to try some new recipes and see if I can find some things that we as a family like, that's easy to cook, that, you know, ticks all the boxes. So this video is going to be a little bit vloggy, I guess, and I'm just going to show you the things that I cook over the course of the month, let you know how we get on with them, and then at the end I'll do like a sit down chat to let you know how we got on. Let me show you what I'm cooking today. From this book, I've only made one recipe from it, but it is very, very good, and I'm making the bean chili. I've got the in-laws over, so this will be a little bit kind of very quick, little snatched clips. So yeah, let me find the recipe for you. So I realised I never fed back about the bean chilli. It's about a week later. The washing machine and the dishwasher are going. It's just the way it is. It's just family life. The washing machine in particular is just so many clothes to wash. So I would say it was mixed success. The children would not touch it. Generally they will try, especially if something is unfamiliar and you can say, you know, just see, do you like it? Didn't want a bar of it, didn't want to try the different kinds of beans. It was not happening. My 13-year-old in particular is pretty good at just eating whatever he's given, but he just kind of went, no. So it won't be one that we can have as a family. But that said, my husband and I really liked it. My husband's parents really liked it, which they're quite traditional, you know, would have meat as the basis of most meals. So I think that they really liked it, was a good thing, gave them a chance to try something. So I think it is a meal that we would serve up if we had guests and have like a big vat of it going basically, or have like a meat chili and a vegan chili. We liked it, but it won't become a regular staple because the kids were just, no. What I did like about it was that most of the ingredients, because they were tins of things, that meant that could all be recycled. Whereas often when I'm making stuff that's based on veg, all of that comes in plastic, which I want to make a video about in the future, that whatever we buy just seems to be packaged. So I want to look at some other options. But yeah, so in terms of the sort of recyclability of the packaging, I thought that was good. It was very easy, tasted good. Yeah, just wasn't one for the kids. Today, I'm gonna make another meal a bit later on, and so I will tell you all about that and my thinking behind the one that we are trying. See, I thought with the chili, I make chili, so what I would typically do is make a beef chili and then make sort of a veggie one as well. So like, I'm not explaining this very well. I'll cook the meat, I will cook everything else, and then I will mix the meat in for the people who eat meat and not for the people who don't. And my youngest children will literally just have some sweet corn and some beans with some rice and moan because they don't like it. But I thought that because it's something we have occasionally, it would work. But to be honest, it's not a popular meal when we do have it. Anyway, I'm gonna make another recipe from that book later on today. So I'll show you that. Fingers crossed it's more successful. I'm just hoping they'll try it. So we'll see. I will show you that later. So I've decided I'm gonna make this all-in-one roasted tomato and bay orzo with black pepper. I don't actually have any bay. Weirdly, in my old house I had a huge bay tree, but we don't have that here, and I haven't bought any bay. I don't think I've got any stashed away. So I thought I'd make this, and I've never made orzo, so I'm interested to do that and find a new thing. Anyone else like me who is new to orzo, it kind of makes it like a risotto, but it's pasta. So I wonder if I can talk the children into trying it. The tomatoes may cause an issue, but hopefully they might sort of pick at it, and we'll see if it's something they like and I can cook it with other things. I'm also going to do some plain pasta in case they don't like it. And I'm going to do some veggie sausages and some regular sausages to go with, I think. So that's my plan. See how this one goes. What I will say is that this kind of was expensive. I'm treating it as a side. because I just think that will work for us. So as I say, I'm going to do meat sausages for the boys. I'm going to do veggie sausages for me and my daughter. My youngest won't eat sausages at all. And then I'm going to do pasta, and I'm going to do corn on the cob, I think, as well. But anyway, you know, my husband and I would probably have this as a main, but I think for the whole family, I'm going to do some other bits. But the reason it was expensive, so the orzo I could only find in Tesco's, and it took me quite a while to find it. It was maybe like £1.60 or something, which isn't terrible, but obviously pasta's cheaper. But if they like it, it does give us a new option. Vine tomatoes. I'm sure you could probably do it without the vine, but I wanted to try it as it said, even though I'm not putting bay in. It says to put bay, but anyway. And I also decided to get a fresh basil. I keep doing this. I haven't done it for a while. I'll buy a fresh one and try to keep it alive. We all know this is going to die, but I'll try. Yeah, with the fresh basil, the vine tomatoes, yeah, kind of expensive just for a side, but we're all on board with trying things, so let's see how we go. Right, update on the last meal. An introduction to the new meal, because again, I didn't get a chance to film anything until now. Excuse the dishevelled appearance. I've been working from home today, and apparently walking in a whirlwind. So the orzo went down really, really well. All of the children tried it. They all said it was okay. And I'm going to take that as high praise. I'm going to take that as meaning that I can cook this every now and again, which means we've got a new side, basically. You know, if I can make orzo kind of in the same way I used to make risotto, but the kids hate risotto, to accompany something, it gives us another option. In terms of sort of sustainability, I think it was mixed. The orzo comes in a plastic packet, and I definitely in one of these want to investigate like refill places. So I wonder if that would be available as to buy in bulk or something like that. I suppose it's dried and stuff, so it's not awful, but it'd be good if it was available or in like a cardboard box even or something. The vine tomatoes were expensive, but at least they were in a cardboard tray, then inside plastic, but better than, plastic and plastic. And the red onions that I put in it were in like a net rather than a plastic bag, which the brown onions would be. It's so difficult to weigh this stuff up, but at least it does give us another option, as I said before, to eat from home, cooking from scratch, which has got to be better environmentally than buying something ready-made, pre-prepared, packaged, so on. So I still think it's good. And I know that this particular video is not going to be the biggest change in terms of sustainability, but I think in terms of like the big picture, like it's a small part of a puzzle that I want to look at over the next few months. I want to look at what can we buy in bulk, and I want to look at what can we buy locally, and could we get a veg box? Could we go to, what can we get package free? But this is one of the key parts of what will my family eat. So, orzo was a success, and I'm glad we tried that. Today is something different. My husband seems to be really excited about today's meal. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. This time, I gave my husband the book I've been using for all of these, the Green Roasting Tin, and I said to him, pick something you would like. And just before he popped out with my daughter, she got a swimming lesson, and he said, I'm really looking forward to dinner tonight. So crispy gnocchi with roasted peppers, chili, rosemary, and ricotta. So the gnocchi is going to be in a packet. The peppers were in a plastic bag. Again, this is stuff I need to look at. Cherry tomatoes, again, would have been packaged in plastic. The other stuff we don't have any bay, but I'm not too fussed about that. All this is going to be like stuff I just have as herbs. Rosemary I broke, so bonus points for that. It says parsley, but I've got fresh basil from when I made the orzo, and it's actually surviving. I bought a plant, so what I've been doing is putting it in like a bowl of water underneath it, and it seems to like it. So long may that continue. So I might whack some basil in. I know it's not the same thing, but there we are. So this is what I'm going to make.
my son likes gnocchi, so fingers crossed he will like it. I think the girls will try this, but I'm going to do some pasta as well. We've got some leftover pasta sauce that I made from scratch, just like a bolognese sauce. And my middle child, my older daughter, she likes that pasta sauce. The youngest one doesn't, so she'll probably have like Philadelphia, and I think I'm going to do salad with this as well and chop up like loads of veggies. Little one also isn't a big fan of salad, so with her I tend to chop up fruit as well. So I think I'm going to have this and pasta and a whole load of chopped up stuff. Maybe even, I think I've got some bread rolls left over that are going a little bit stale. I thought maybe warm buttered rolls as well. So overall, I mean, it's like using stuff up, so yeah, I think that's okay. We'll have to see if they like it.
It's set to use chili flakes, which I don't have, but I've got this chili parsley, and it said to put parsley in. So, I mean, it says it's a spice rub, but realistically, that's just chili flakes and dried parsley. So I think I'm going to pop that.
Just went and got the rosemary from the garden. I've grabbed a little bit of chives. I might get a bit more. I thought that might be nice for the salad. And actually, there's loads of flowers, so I might do the chive flowers. So yeah, filling a bit of time.
I've only got a green pepper. It said red and yellow, so I mean green peppers suck, but we've got to go with it. It's the only one I have. I needed probably to have 2 peppers in this, but there we are.
So this has got to be one of the stranger salads that I've made. We've got half a banana, the other half had gone a bit bad, so I thought if I put that there and someone eats it, great, instead of wasting it. Lettuce, cucumber, a chopped up apple because the girls are more likely to eat that than this. Chives and chive flowers. I wondered if they might try the flowers. I've also got some sweet corn that was left over. This is the pasta sauce that I made the other day. I've got some Philadelphia, fake Philadelphia for the little one because she likes that with pasta. We have a selection of things.
Last dinner in this series. The dogs are eating behind me, so apologies for that racket. I'm going to make a Thai curry. I like Thai curry. We used to eat it a lot. Haven't had it in ages. It's again from the green roasting tin. Everything's been from here. And it's been really nice finding some new dinners. Ooh, good angle. Trying some new things that hopefully are also just a wee bit more environmentally friendly. I'm doing this all-in-one sweet potato Thai curry. I'll show you how it comes out. Okay, well, if you want my dining room, which seems rather fitting, even though this is just where I film most of the time, I don't think that I reflected on that last recipe, so I'll do that now. I think it was mixed. It took a bit longer to make. It was like 45 minutes, but that was okay. It was nice. For me, I think I would like to have more variety of veg just to give a bit more like texture, and just having just the sweet potatoes was too kind of samey for me, I think. My husband really liked it. My son had quite a bit of it and then was like, yeah, I don't love it, but it's okay. So it's cool that he ate it. It was too spicy for the girls, so I didn't. I think they tried the noodles because I don't think they'd had vermicelli before. So they tried it, but yeah, it was never going to be a massive success with them. In part, this whole thing has been about trying some new ingredients. So even if I don't make those recipes, there are things I would take away from it. So orzo was the big success. Everybody liked that. So I would definitely seek out some more recipes and make more kind of orzo-based meals. Also the baked gnocchi, so yeah, baking it rather than boiling it was a huge success. So again, I would do like a roasted gnocchi and veg kind of thing, maybe with a different sauce, maybe, And I think a lot of these things were pretty doable if not everybody likes it, because for example with the gnocchi, I can just do some pasta with it. We quite often have like leftover pasta sauces where I've made a sauce and there's a bit left, so they can have it if they don't enjoy like what I've made in the big pans. There's ways of making it work, even though one of my goals was to find things that the whole family enjoyed. But yeah, it gives me new bases, if that makes sense, for meals and kind of things to pursue. And for me, like I said, it was about encouraging to cook from scratch. which I definitely think every week it gave us a focus of, right, what are we going to do out of this book? And I think that going forward, we are more likely to do that and go, okay, let's do a recipe this week in amongst all the sort of same old, and do it at a time when, sorry if you can hear my dog snoring, do it at a time when it's okay if not everyone likes that meal. And it definitely encouraged the kids to try it, and they were like, oh, you've made a new thing, what's this? So definitely a positive. I definitely will continue to do things from that book and other books and try to use some of those ingredients more, or use them in the way that they were used in that book. So I think a positive. I do talk a little bit in the clips that I made, I think, about the fact that although obviously that food wasn't made in a factory, so it removes that section of the carbon and the additives and the this, the that, whatever. A lot of the foods were packaged in plastic, so like, you know, pasta in a plastic bag or whatever, and that stuff that's not recyclable. We can't recycle any kind of thin cling type plastic here. I think most places that's difficult. Some of the recipes were quite good where it was just like tins of things or jars of things, so that was good. I know that in a future video I would very much like to look at you know, the sort of ingredient side of things and look at things like using refill type shops, and yeah, exploring that for sure. So yeah, I was pleased. I think it has pushed our family in a nice direction, and it will be interesting to see how much it continues, but I think it will. It encouraged us to be brave and go, let's just see if the kids will eat this, and to try things out with the family over and go, hey, we've made this. I don't know if it'll be nice. What do you think? And I like that because, for instance, when Stuart's parents come over, I quite often feel like I'm kind of, well, I know they like this and I know that I can cook this in the time and yada yada. So it's nice to go, I'm going to experiment, and that they were like, great. So yeah, it's a really good recipe book, I have to say, definitely worth a look at. And in terms of not using meat, as I say, we don't much anyway, cooking from scratch, being a bit more, you know, open to trying cooking from scratch, I think it was good. I think, you know, it's a tiny tweak that I do think will carry on. Next month, what should we do next month? So my next goal, and I'm going to be honest, it's not going to be a whole month, well, as in not something I'm going to do every week. Well, let me explain. So I use Wild deodorant. I have done for a while. If you haven't come across it before, I'll link it below. Basically, you get a metal case. I could have gone and got it, couldn't I? I'll put a photo or something. You get a metal case and you refill the deodorant inside it. So it avoids the single-use plastic of the deodorant where you've used it, you finished it, you throw it away. And I really like it. I've used it for ages. I was on their website the other day and they have a body wash. And I thought, that's really cool. I haven't come across that before. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try out their body wash. If I come across some other kind of reusable cosmetic type things, I will add that in. What I'm looking at is replacing those single-use things with, you know, something where I can replace a refillable option. But yeah, the main one I'm looking at is that body wash I think I'm going to get. And I will let you know how I get on with it, how the product works, if, you know, we're all okay with it, because I can be a bit dry-skinned and reactive to stuff. So yeah, I'm going to give it a try. I will review, I will let you know how I get on, and I will look out for some other bits and pieces to include as well if I can. So our next month, our focus is like cosmetic type, what's the word? Toiletries, that's the word I'm looking for. Toiletries that are refillable or, you know, in some way more sustainable there. So I do already use a refillable deodorant. I'm going to try and have a look at some other things. So that'll be in a month. If you would like to follow along, if you want to try the same things as I'm trying, do you know what? I think I am going to start that Facebook group, and I'll link it below if you want to join. We can share tips and things that we've tried, because I just would like to, you know, make some changes. So
yeah, I'll link that below. Let's do some little sustainable things, but the focus for the next month is let's look at our toiletries. What changes can we make? Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you found that interesting. Let me know what what you think about these things, what you've tried. I would love to know. Take care.